Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto, and I just wanted to point out just why I'm in this trade at the moment. So I did enter a long this morning, not at a brilliant price. It was 70,233 for Bitcoin. It's currently 14% in profit, which is okay. And I've put a stop loss just slightly in profit. I also did take a little bit. I just took $10 there just to, because I wasn't quite sure at first. Actually, I wasn't sure if I got a good price or not. But anyway, I'm happy with it now, so that's good. I might even move the stop loss up a little bit more, just a little bit, just in case we do a Bart Simpson here and come back down just as fast as we went up. However, let me show you the reason why I entered this trade. Okay, so this is the price of Bitcoin versus USDT. This is actually the Bitunix chart. And I'm just going to look at this with our indicator. Our indicator is called Quadzilla. If you want to find out about that, go to savewithcrypto.org/QZ or use the link in the description down below. This all looks a bit crazy at the moment, so I'm just going to turn off a certain feature that might be confusing us. It is this one here, show retracement channels. It is actually an incredibly useful feature, but just for clarity, I'm going to turn it off. Okay, so this is the 6-hour time frame. Now, one of the things that Quadzilla does is it draws in these EMA lines here. So the green one here is a 55 EMA, and the yellow one here is a 21 EMA. Now, one of the strongest signals you ever see is the yellow and the green crossing over. And if the yellow goes above the green, that's a very bullish sign. And if the yellow goes below the green, that's a very bearish sign. So, in fact, what happened back on Wednesday last week, we did get a nice cross, and consequently the price went up beautifully, up to like 74k or so. And then it started coming down. Now, we knew it was going to come down because we were starting to see some evidence here in the momentum oscillator of Quadzilla. We were getting these red bars here, and we also got this red super down signal here, which signifies it's going to be quite a strong move to the downside. And Quadzilla also draws in these retracement levels here. So it had done this one here back on Wednesday, and we kind of knew that the price is very, very likely to come back down to there, which indeed it did. So from that point, it was looking a bit depressing, especially as we saw the yellow and the green EMAs come back towards each other here, and it looked like they were going to cross bearish again. Now, when I looked at this morning, I did wake up about 6 o'clock and then I went back to sleep, but I did notice that they hadn't really crossed over properly. They got really, really close, and they had technically crossed over, but literally within one candle, they'd gone back the other way. So this is normally a really good sign that the opposite effect is going to happen, and happen quite violently. So rather than getting a big old dump, we got a big old pump. So when I saw this, I entered my trade about there. Now, it wasn't perfect because ideally I would have been seeing a proper green background here on the momentum oscillator, like that one there, for example. Or I would have seen the convergence band here really low, like it was here. There was none of that going, so it wasn't an ideal entry, but nevertheless, I'm in profit now. Now, when this happens, I do tend to look at higher time frames to get an idea of what really is going on. So I looked at things like the 7-hour time frame, and you can see here that that did a very, very similar thing. And now, even on the 9-hour time frame, we are actually getting almost to a cross on the 9-hour time frame. Now, what you may notice here as well is we've got this retracement level here drawn in by Quadzilla. Now, this is what we call the step 3. So what's happened here is the price of the asset has gone up to complete its step 1. Step 1 always happens because that's when the green retracement line starts drawing. And then when the price comes down, we came back to the retracement level, but then we went a lot lower. Okay, so now we need to complete the step 3, which is going up to here. So that to me gives a target of about 72,000 $640. So that's what I'm looking for. Now, it is worth noting that this is a green retracement level, which means when it gets there, it may react with it slightly, but then may continue higher. And after that, we're not seeing bearish retracement until we get up to here, which is way beyond 93k. I don't think it's going to get there anytime soon, but possibly sometime this year I can see that happening. A more likely scenario what we can see is on the 1 hour time frame, where we may get up to this level here at about 83.5 and possibly go higher. But of course, for the moment, what we really want to see is a high above this high here. So if we can get a higher high, that will start to show that this might be a bottom structure. So could we get a lot more downside? Well, yeah, certainly. You can see here, for those into the patterns, this is a fairly obvious bear flag. In fact, if we put on the all chart patterns by TradingView, yeah, you can see it draws in this bear flag here that actually has a target of 26.3k, and it also shows this rising wedge here going back to August 2024 that has a target of 48.3k, which is probably more likely in my mind. If we were to continue this bear flag narrative on the 4 hour time frame, you can see that what we need to achieve is actually that higher high, and then to actually break out bullish out of this bear flag, which is the more unlikely possibility, but these things do happen. And that's giving this level here at around 76.6k. Now, one thing I do like to do is to go to the monthly time frame and then look for kind of pivots in the price, you know, areas where the price has reversed a lot in the past. So to do that, I normally get a horizontal ray, I put the magnet on, and then I just look to see what I can see. See here, obviously, there's one there. I normally like to colour these a sort of magenta-y colour. Obviously this wick here from last April, and maybe this January low here. Below that we've got this one here and this one here. Okay, so let's go back to the hourly, and you can see here that we are coming up to this level here at 71.4k as well. So it's probably not going to be easy getting up here, but nevertheless, if we don't break down, I think my target for today is probably going to be here. And if I'm very bullish, up here at 75.5k. Now, at the moment, I do think we are going up a little bit too quick, so I'm not quite sure how sustainable this is. If we go to the 1 hour time frame and put back on our indicator Quadzilla, you can see here that this convergence band here is getting rather high. Now, if we look in the past when these kind of rallies have failed, for example this one here from last week, we got this red super down signal there signifying the end of that rally. If we go back a bit further to say this one here back in February, you can see that also we got a super down there. Now, we haven't got anything like that yet. We haven't even got the red bars, but that could always happen soon. That said, it does seem to be in a rather strong uptrend, but I would say if we don't manage to take out this high here at 74k and we get a lower high, then we might come down again. Now, regular viewers will know that I'm always out Tuesday lunchtime, so I'm not sure exactly how to play this. I think what I might do is, if in a couple of hours time when I go out, if this price seems to be stalling, I might take some profit, which is always a good idea anyway. I'll probably take, 25% off the table maybe, but I'll see what happens around about 12 UTC. Okay, so you've seen quite a lot of Quadzilla today. Quadzilla is our indicator here, and you can see that it's a paid indicator, and if you were to buy this yearly, it would work out at 720 UK pounds per year. I think that's about $900, which is amazing value considering the opportunities that it does give you. However, if you want to get it for free, what you can do is go over to savewithcrypto.org/Bitunix, sign up to Bitunix with our link, and you can get all these rewards just by achieving certain trading volumes. So they go from a $15 reward up to 8,000. We were originally promoting a vacation in Dubai, but of course you don't have to go there if you don't want to. You can just take the $8,000 cash. Now, these trading volumes might seem quite large, but I will say I'm trading with about $1,000 in this account, and my trading volume is currently at 1.3 million. So that puts me in this level here, where you would get $100 trading bonus plus a Quadzilla license for a year. Now, I think that most people who are trading with an account of, say, $1,000 or $2,000 can easily achieve a 1 million trading volume. Now, in addition to this, if you put $1,000 worth of assets into your Bitunix account, just DM me on Discord and I will upgrade you to VIP 7 in Bitunix, which means you get these mystery boxes every Monday morning. Sometimes they're cash, sometimes they're fees, bonuses, sometimes they're other things, but you do get them every Monday, and you also save a fortune in fees by being VIP 7. If you haven't got $1,000, put 100 in there and I will give you VIP 5. Not quite as good, but not bad at all. So check it out, savewithcrypto.org/Bitunix. Okay, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. My trade's looking all right, 18% in profit, $152. That's not bad, and to be honest, I haven't even got out of bed yet. So if you like the sound of that, please give the video a like, make sure you are subscribed, all that kind of good stuff. Do check out Bitunix, savewithcrypto.org/Bitunix, and above all, tell your friends. Please note that this content is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial advice. Any information or opinions provided are not guaranteed to be accurate or complete. Always conduct your own research before making any financial decisions. A full legal disclaimer is in the description of each video and live stream.